your hair. Must be very short. Okay, Zach, Ha Ning, and Hao Xian, if you can, turn on the camera. Oh, really? Good luck to you. Wow, where is RGS? RGS is near to Bishan there, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, anyway, I rather that side, right? Yeah, somewhere there, correct. So, Xiaoling, do you like the song? Because I really can't hear you. Sorry, are you talking to me? I can't hear you. Seriously, 对不起，我听不到。Is your mic okay? It depends on where you stay lah, okay? So tomorrow is Saturday, right? So the train service might not be 100%, you know. So every 2 or 3 minutes, so it depends, okay? All right, okay, Kaiwan, you managed to come in on time. Okay, so let's go 2, 4, 6. Okay, let's start the lesson. Now I think we just started, the holiday is just starting for 1 week. So maybe we can use this 1 week to sort of get ready to prepare for your term 2. This 1 week break is not really give you the rest. It's just like you go and need to collect yourself with all your moods and everything and prepare for WA2 for term 2. So okay, let's go to Kaiwan. Was it you or is it Zachary who are in charge of this group, right? Let me see. Yeah, Kaiwan and Xiaoling. Okay. So Kaiwan and Warren, right? Was it Warren and Xiaoling? Okay, never mind. Okay, Kaiwan, you all choose 5 already. Have you choose 5? Zach, Hao Xian, and Mian Mian and Han Ning, if you can turn on the camera. Thank you. So we have a few of them. I think the guys have choose 5 of it, right? Hao Xian, that day you was selecting, right? Is it? Hao Xian.
So you see, the problem with turning on my camera is that like there are a few clowns that I'm currently in an environment with.
Don't say clown.
Just come over and start messing around.
Okay, never mind. You can turn on, then just leave it there. Okay, it's okay. Because I get very OCD, I cannot see your face. Okay, so we have just to make sure that you all can come in on time. By right, it's 8 o'clock, strictly speaking. So some people say, oh, you mean I can come in late? Of course not. You have to pay for it. You have to come in 8 o'clock. Unless, like for my case, sometimes I'm late because of whatever reasons. I'm stuck in the jam. I got something on, then I come in late. But if you can come in on time at 8 o'clock, that's the best because that is the actual time, just like going to school like that. But whatever you're late because of CCA, because you're stuck somewhere in the jam, or because you just finished your boot camp or your camp or some CCA competitions, or you went to another place for tuition and come home late, fair, okay? But if you're at home, of course, please stay in 8 o'clock, all right? So that's very important. So I think the guys that choose 5, later we have to wait for the rest to come in. I know Tianyu will not be coming in because he's now in Malaysia. Yi Ting is not coming in because he has a boot camp or camp. So the rest will be coming in later, like Warrens and who else is late? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we got 2 absent, 2 more. Okay, let's see who is here. Kayin is here, Hansen is here, Jason is not coming in because not well. Jason. Okay, so I think that's about it. Okay. So I think we have to keep this one for next week when everyone's back. If not, then too bad. Don't call me that name, please. Yeah, Mian Mian, then call you what? Hansen. Which one should I call? I remember you say call you Mian Mian, right? Okay, so this one, let's see. Later we got time, then we discuss. So can I have a quick one just to write down? Zach, can you help me to write the 5 choice that you guys have select? Can you remember now? Hao Shen, can you remember? Then we are going to present it later on, but there are some today cannot make it, so I might KIV this presentation. Kaiwan, you know about it, Kaiwan? How about Xiaoling, Warrens, and Ke-Ying, the ladies group? Can you remember which 5 you choose? Xiaoling is speaking, right? But I really can't hear you. I'm so sorry. Ke-Ying, do you know? Can you remember? Or Ziye, can you remember? Which 5 you all choose, the girls? Oh, okay, quarry knows. Okay, then later we'll talk about it. Okay, never mind. So this will be the group later. Then you guys need to present the 5 items that you have chosen. So 11 top causes of global poverty. So introductions, we are using the aims to start off with one of this paragraph here, so-called, but this is too short a paragraph. So what is I will take this as one paragraph itself like this. So what is the atmosphere, the interesting statements, and the motivation sentence, and the suspension will be always the last sentence of this paragraph. So may I have, Kaiwan, can you able to start the first paragraph to the class, please? Thank you. So
Right,
let's talk about 11.
do I just read it?
Yes, please.
Around 8% of the world's population lives in extreme poverty. But do you know why? We'll look at 11 of the top causes of global poverty.
So out of 8%, if let's say we have 8 billion people in the world, is it about 8? I'm going calculation. 8 billions of the population. 8% is it 8 million? Or is it 800,000? How many? Can somebody give me a figure? So it's quite a lot, huh? So let's go. Haven't living?
Living on less than $2 a day feels like an impossible scenario. But in reality, for around 600 billion people in our world today, it's a reality. Approximately 8 of the global population lives in extreme poverty, commonly defined as surviving on only $1.9 a day or less.
Oh my God, $1 is at 90 cents a day. I think, Kaiwan, your daily allowance will definitely more than $2, right? Correct. Even you eat one meal, Kaiwan, in your school, is definitely more than $2. Can you imagine this $2 is divided in a family of 5 persons and per day? Oh my goodness, seriously. What are they eating? Plain rice. Very sad. 600 million, so approximately it's 800 million. Let's say 800 for easy calculation, 10%. Instead of 8%, let's say make it 10% of $8 million, 8 billion population in the world. So it's about 800 million people in the world. And of course, Singapore is also play a bit of part in contributing to these 800 million people, but maybe it's not very significant. So, Kaiwan, from this paragraph itself, which sentence that really motivate you, that you think that is interesting to find out more about the 11 top causes? So when you're writing your essay, you must start off with an introduction like this to give a kick start, especially for all of you who are going for JC. So your introduction is a paramount important to kind of create the atmosphere for the reader or for the examiner. The reader is called AIMS, the atmosphere. And then what is the interesting line or statements or interesting things that you want to hook up the readers? And which one is very motivating for you to link out the suspensions? Back to you, Kaiwan.
There's some good news. In 1990, that figure was 1.8 billion.
No. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the first paragraph. After you have read, can you summarize, or maybe can you tell me which sentence that you think is very catchy? For me, I start first. I will say living on less than $2 a day feels like an impossible scenario. So this sentence itself is kind of very interesting. So I use yellow. But a reality check 600 million is like very motivating for me to know more. Excuse me. To more about what is happening. And of course, the last sentence, this part here. Okay, I will click as maybe pink color. So I will start off. This one here is more to the, maybe I will use it as a blue color. Oh my God, it's so dark. Then I'll change to blue. Okay, I change this color into white color. That looks nicer. So Qiao Ling, since you're new, so the blue color stands for the A. So I use this. The A. Then I use the I, will be yellow. And M will be this one. No. This one. Oh, cannot change it. And then this one here. Oops. Will be pink color. Okay, then I'll change it. No highlighting. Okay, no color. Stop highlighting. Okay, stop highlighting. Oh, okay. So Ke-Ying and Qiao-Ling, I think you should know. So these are represent the first paragraph we said. Okay. So back to you, Kevin. This is how I feel for ARMS for introductions to start off and give the readers or the examiner to hook them to continue to read the second and the third paragraph. Back to you, Kevin.
So wait, what do I do?
You read the first paragraph, right? So
Yeah.
what is your self-reflection? You know, IP student now you talk about reflection. What is
Yeah.
your reflections on this paragraph?
It feels like it's just, it makes us more like empathize with the people they're talking about. It's like because they try to relate to us by saying that living on less than $2 a day is like impossible, but then they say that, you know, some people have to endure this experience.
Very sad, huh? Okay, thank you. But which sentence is the yellow color to you? The one is the interesting part.
It's the first sentence, like the first part.
Around 8% of the world population live in extreme poverty.
No, I mean the second paragraph, first sentence.
Same
Like
as
first
mine.
part. Yeah.
Same as mine. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. So less than $2 a day. I think honestly, I think in Singapore, if anyone in the family is living at $2 a day, wow, seriously, it's going to die of hunger, man. Seriously, I don't know how they survive. But thank God, Singapore has, like, remember last month we talked about volunteerism and philanthropy, right? Thank God people start to contribute for that. Okay, so thank you for that. So next paragraph, may I have, oh, Shan, yes, you're back. Can you read the second paragraph, my dear?
Which one?
The one after the purple, pink color. There is
some good news. In 1990, that figure was 1.8 billion people. So serious progress has been made. While many wonder if we can really end extreme poverty, we at Concern believe the end is not only possible, but possible within our lifetimes. There's no magic bullet solution to poverty, but understanding its causes is a good first step. Here are 11 of those causes fully revised for 2020.
So do you agree now, Hao Xian? After reading this, do you think it's possible to end 全部的贫穷啊? That means totally no more poverty in the world. I don't think so.
I can lah, but no one's helping, to be honest.
To be
A lot
honest,
of people will disagree though,
a lot of people will disagree of what you say about what, sorry?
because I feel like you can stop it, but the thing is, for people who have jobs and stuff, right, you feel like it's unfair because they work so much for like not inside poverty things, and then the people
Exactly.
who is in, yeah, that's why they will disagree, and then like, but if
I
they
tot-
agree on it, then everybody will like, yeah,
I
something like that.
totally agree. You know, Hao Xian, what you say is true, no? In some European country, those people who work very hard, Hao Xian, those people who work very hard still have to pay heavy taxes and feed those who are not working and jobless. And those people are jobless or on drugs or you know or just like don't feel like working, they will go and take the government's welfare money. You see, so what is kind of fairness? In Singapore, we don't have this kind of things. But in other European countries, this is their welfare. 你没有做工，你可以去每个礼拜去拿钱去买你的 groceries 买你要的日常用品 or everything. But I totally agree. Since I'm working, why should I not help others? 你有手有脚嘛，对吗，浩璇 ？Correct 啦。You got hand legs, why don't you work? But sorry, 浩璇 not everyone got hands and legs or able body can find a job. Agreed, 浩璇 Let's be honest. Number one, maybe they are very uneducated. They don't know how to look for a job. Agreed. Some, of course, you say you got no educations, right? So maybe you can sweep the floor, you know, do some cleaning jobs, do some rubbish collectors, all these things. But now we are talking about AI is taking over all these kind of jobs. So how? And AI is developed from people, as people to people that are educated enough to do all this. to program the AIs, robots, to do all these simple chores. Okay, so the keywords are write down magic bullet. There is no magic bullets. Please use this word. Very useful. Ke Ying, Qiao Ling, and Mian Mian. It's very useful, Zachary. Okay, magic bullet. There's no magic bullets or there's no magic formula to have the solution to poverty. To be honest with you, okay, poverty will stay on for many, many generations. It's since the day one from what I know from like during the Jesus periods, in the Bible, until now, they still got poverty. Because how Xian say is true, no? Why I'm working, why must I give money? 你自己有手有脚, you go and find a job. And some maybe will be very racist. Some will be very prejudiced against certain groups of people. So they purposely want to see them to be suffer from hunger, suffer from poverty. That's possible, right? Okay, thank you, Hao Xian. So let's look at the first inequality and marginalizations. Back to you, Xiaxing. First paragraph.
Inequality and marginalization. Inequality is an easy but sometimes misleading terms used to describe the systemic barrier between barriers leaving groups of people without a voice or representation within their communities. For a population to escape poverty, all groups must be involved in the decision-making process, especially when it comes to having a say in the things that determine your place in society. Some of these may be obvious, but in other situations, it can be subtle.
Yes, sir.
Gender inequality,
No, it's okay.
caste systems,
No.
marginalization based on race.
Okay. Sorry. The first paragraph, my dear, can you explain to us what is your reflections on the first paragraph that you have just read, Jiaxing? Yes, Jiaxing.
What?
What is your reflections after reading the first paragraph itself? What you can come up for your conclusions, your feedback?
I can't hear the wife.
I'm saying that you read this first paragraph, right? So what is your self-reflections on this paragraph? What can you say about this paragraph in your own words?
We should
Oh, I think you're lagging, my dear. Sorry. I can't hear you.
we should
Sorry.
make things more equal.
Sorry, Jiaxing, I think your Wi-Fi lagging, so we really can't hear you. I'm so sorry.
Things more.
Can you say again? Because really, Hao Xian, can you hear him? No, Zachary, can you hear him? Make sure I make sure I'm not the only one. Let's be fair to you. So Jiaxing, I think your Wi-Fi is lagging. Okay, now better, right? Okay, Jiaxing. Yes, sir. Are you able to tell me now your reflections for this paragraph itself? Hello? Hello?
It's frozen.
Frozen. Okay, then don't waste time. Let's move on to the next paragraph. May I have Qiao Ling, are you able to read? Qiao Ling, are you able to read? Sorry, can you hear her? No. I think you either have to log off and come in again. Your mic is not working. We can't hear you. Agree not? Ke Ying, can you hear Qiao Ling? Cannot? No. Okay. Jiaxing. Jiaxing also. You're frozen. I cannot hear you. Okay, one more time. What is this paragraph about?
To make things more equal, we have to directly include people.
What else? Very good. It's true. Very straightforward. Yes.
Inequality is not always obvious.
So how do I make it so obvious and then we take away this inequality?
Statistics.
Okay, using statistics to prove. Okay, very true. Okay. But what happened in front of you? There's no statistic, but you know there's inequality. But then how do you help these people to escape poverty? At the same time, you bring them back to be on par level, on a nice, same standard.
Give them money directly.
Bring them directly to what? Sorry.
Give them money directly.
But Jiaxing, you're not wrong to say that, but sometimes if they can't manage their financial well enough, right? And what happens, you give them money, then somebody go and stop the money or rob their money or even force them to give them the money. 怎么办呢? Hello, Mr. Jiaxing?
I don't know.
Very simple. In order to do that, you ask them to open an account for bank account if possible, put the money, and then they got certain cards using their fingerprints or to draw out their money. But again, even they draw out their money, there's a possibility people will steal their money, right? So how the best is what Jia saying, give them food and give them proper jobs. Education is the most important to eradicate or elevate poverty. Okay, thank you. Next paragraph, Xiaoling, 可以读吗? Are you able to?
Can you hear me?
Yes, finally. Yes, very good. Clear. Let's go.
Gender inequalities, caste systems, marginalized based on race or tribal affiliations are all economic and social inequalities that mean the same thing. Little to no access to the resources needed to live a full, productive life. When combined with different combinations of vulnerability and hazards which compromise the rest of this list, a marginalized community may become even more vulnerable to the cycle of poverty.
Okay, caste system, thank you. Caste system usually can be found in India. And this system has been used for thousands of years. Yeah, thousands of years, Xiaoling. I think I mentioned this before in the class. This caste system in India, there are 4 castes. Until today, back in India, they still have this 4 caste system. That means the lower class, they call it the untouchable, 就是不可以动的，很倒霉啊。The moment you touch them, it's like, wow, choi, very unlucky. So very sad, no? Can you imagine now, India is a democratic country, not like China, a communist country. So democratic, of course, got its pros and cons, but they use this caste system to look down on those poor people. So for example, the lower class will never have the chance to become rich and famous or educated. They will always be looked down from it. So whoever born in that caste system is good luck to them. 他很难东山再起. They will never rise to the occasions. They will always be, okay, just like GG. Okay, it's called FML. You should know what is FML. And that's it. I'm going to give up my life. So back to you, Xiaoling. After reading this paragraph, what is your self-reflections on this paragraph?
I think that there are different types of inequalities.
Okay.
But they all mean the same thing. There's different ways to show how poverty can make you vulnerable.
Okay. It's just like a head now got different hairstyle, right? But it still cut your hair to get shorter or even make it nicer. Okay, fair enough. Actually, this paragraph is talking about, beside all these different types of possibility that creates poverty, we still not have a chance to take away this at all. Just like how you say there's not possible to get rid of poverty because the people mentality is still think, I'm working, why should I help those people who are not working? They are poor, so 自取的自找的，对吗？ It's just like in the school, right? Hao Xuan, if your classmate is always playing and not study, then last minute say, hey, Hao Xuan, help me to do my homework, help me to teach me. So you say, why should I waste my time with teaching someone who is not interested to study? True not? Same right, Xiaoling, correct? So the same thing, the caste system is like, sorry, you're born into this lower class. There's no way you can turn back. So how are we going to change? That's why this paragraph is inequality and marginalization. It's one of the reasons. Back to this question again. The title is back to this. Causes of global poverty. That means this is the number 1 reason. I would say not really number 1. The first one of the reason. Right, thank you. Okay, thanks. Next, we are talking about conflict. Karin, your turn, please. Yeah, are you able to read, Karin? Thank you.
Conflict is one of the most common forms of risk driving poverty today. Large-scale, protracted violence that we have seen in areas like Syria can grind social to a halt, destroying infrastructure and causing people to flee, often with nothing but the clothes on your backs. In its 10 years of conflict, Syria's middle class has been all destroyed and over 80% of the population now lives below the poverty line.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. You know, Syria is one of the earliest civilization on Mother Earth. And they have the richest historical value. And in fact, Syria, if you look at the past history in the Bible as well, they are one of the smartest people and one of the very hardworking and very popular during the old ancient time. We are talking about before Jesus Christ and after the death of Jesus Christ. 现在他们沦落到这种地步, this kind of situation. Why? Because their leaders are really causing that problem. So you see, one of the reasons of conflict between the government soldiers and the people who want to go against the governments, they want to revolt. So that's called the civil war. If you are studying history, you should know. And the infrastructures is we are talking about infrastructure that means that the historical site, that used to build thousands of years ago may be destroyed because of war. That's stupid, right? Okay, on the 10th year, 就是第10年, on the 10 years of conflict, that means Syria has been fighting for 10. Can you imagine, Karim, you and me and the rest of us here living in that country every day, instead of listening to nice music, you listen boom, boom. Then you eat, you're so scared, no? You don't know when the bomb will drop on you. And now, Karim, recently Syria also got earthquake, right? Killing a lot of people. And the worst thing when they are in the trouble of the earthquake, no country was allowed to enter Syria just to help them because of the guideline of the government's the policy. Stupid, right? Then they say, please, 高抬贵手, please let me go in and save the citizen. No, cannot. Then later slowly they open up. Then you realize it's too bad. So remote control my screen. Remote control the screen. What I mean by remote control the screen? Access the decline. I want to see your face. Too bad. Okay. Morocco is a country's. What is SMH?
Shaking my head.
What is SMH?
Shaking my head.
What is thinking my SMH lah? What is thinking my head?
Shaking my head.
Oh, shaking my head. Oh, 对不起. Thanks. Yeah, actually Morocco is not so bad lah. Jiaxing. Okay. Morocco is still okay, but usually the North Africa side is not so bad as the West Africa and the Middle Central Africa. Thank you. Kei, what is your reflection for this paragraph? Yes.
Syria is a mess, I guess.
Okay, so they are using Syria as an example, right, to show the poverty that caused it, right? And what else? Due to what?
Due to
Then the big word there, number 2.
conflict.
Yes, conflict. That means you write down due to war. War is one of the reasons that cause poverty. Please write down. War is one of the reasons that is causing poverty and suffering, destructions. Yes, it is very, very poor. Seriously, a lot of children. If you want, I can show you some. You can go and type Syria war. You can see a lot of baby being killed. Do you know? Maybe got one baby. Since you mentioned that, 他的爸爸跟他坐船离开 Syria. Okay, they left Syria. On the way to France, the 2-year-old baby boy, his body was floating on the shore of the French bridge. You can look at the picture. It's very, very, very sad. Okay, yeah, you know, it's really, there's a picture there. You can type serious baby boy floating on the French beach, like a satan. Can you imagine as a policeman, you go and scoop up the dead body? And because of that picture, they decided to, no, enough is enough. I'm going to go in and attack. Okay, but Syria was, I think, supported by Jiaxing. Correct me if I'm wrong, or Zachary. Is it just this series is it supported by Russia and China or some country? I can't remember. And then the other side was supported by the NATO. NATO. I pronounce NATO. So my son was laughing at me. So it's a poor country. Yes, it is a very, very poor country. You might find out in some of your comprehension passage or even in your social study. Okay, let's go. Thank you. Next, may I have Ziye? Oh, so in your literature have, right? So it's true. It's a very nice country. It's rich of history, but because of the stupid war conflict, the civil war, inside the civil war, that means 政府跟人民打仗. Yes, who's turn? Ziye, your turn.
But even small bouts of violence can have huge impacts on communities that are already struggling. For example, if farmers are worried about their crops being stolen, they won't invest in planting. Women also bear the brunt of conflict, which adds a layer of inequality to all conflict. During periods of violence, female-headed households become very common. And because women often have difficulty getting well-paying work and are typically excluded from the community decision-making, their families are particularly vulnerable.
Hey, Ziye, you do social study, right?
No,
Huh?
I do full history and full lit.
No, social study. Do you have social study?
No, because
No,
mine is full history, full lit.
Okay, so sorry. If you look at the social study, Ke Ying and Ke Ying, you're set 2. Oh, sorry, no. Qiao Lin, you got social study, right? Qiao Lin. You look at the textbook of this girl called Malala, right? You know that this Malala? This lady won the Nobel Prize Award. You know, she was shot 2 or 3 times on her head, but she miraculously survived, right? Exactly, you know, right? She was shot by the Taliban's. Then after that, she was sent to England for operations, and then it was survived just because he go to school and study. So yeah, can you imagine? Just she go to school and study and stand for the rights of women. She was being shot twice on the head. So when now Afghanistan is taken over by this Taliban, women's, correct me I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, sorry. Women are not supposed to drive car, cannot go out alone, cannot wear bikini to go swimming pool, cannot wear clothes like very nice, sexy, 这边破一个洞，那边破一个洞，好像是丐帮这样啊。哎呀，不要笑啦！你们现在女孩子哦，很喜欢穿衣服，这边破一个洞，那边破一个洞，那个衣服少，好像没有不够那个 cloth make fashion. Okay, so cannot no 职业. So you see, like I feel that this is like being prejudiced and biased against certain group. So what is your take for this paragraph? Back to you. Yeah.
I just think that it can be very difficult for these people who are really like not very fortunate. Like they really it says here that they're really struggling and then they're still being like treated quite poorly.
It's like putting salt in your wound, right?
Mm.
It's like, seriously, yeah, very sad. It's like instead of during the snow, they give you the charcoal for you to keep you warm, to burn fire. They are putting salt in your wound to make it even worse. So how? So yeah, how can you, if let's say you are the leaders, how can you stop this?
I think that I'll just make sure to like not have any like what I can control, I'll try to control. Like
No, don't use the word try, remember?
I can control, I will do.
You must use the word, my dear. You say I will do my utmost best.
Do my best to control what I can, what's within my control. So
within my capacity.
Within my capacity. So the part about women not being able to get well-paying work, I will attempt to give them like the work that is suitable for them and can also pay them well. But then there's also I think there's also like some parts that are not really within my capacity.
You see,
If
actually, yeah, I'm helping you now in your lead because you told me you are in a humanities compulsory for full literatures and history, or even full compulsory for geography. So humanities subject, these are very, very heavy subjects. So yeah, you really have to go deeper into the meanings of what is mean by this paragraph here. As an IP student, you don't just read the surface or just to analyze. Your cell refractions has to use like so then how. So these are women in a deep shit now. They are being ostracized, they are being biased. Then the only way out of this poverty cycle is to give them a series of policy, a series of plans, a series of programs to help them to get out by doing this few steps. So how to make sure that they are out? So we have a regular check on them, of their well-being, of them being able to be sustainability, for them to be able to continue to control their life, not being led by the man's, 牵着鼻子走, or even better still, they are more independent, they are having the woman's power. And may I wish all the girls here happy International Women's Day on the 8th of March this year. Thank you so much. So is it? So yeah, I don't understand. I think this is recording. I'm not prejudiced. I don't understand why women in this 21st century is like back to 200 years, even in China last time. So yeah, if you're born 200 years ago in China, good luck to you. You have to tie your leg, correct? You have to bind your leg, not tie your leg.
Yeah.
I think you're going to curse and swear. But too bad, you're got, can I use the word now? In this paragraph, there is don't have a voice there. A voice that shows that you really have a voice to participate in a lot of things. It's just like the man will tell you, just shut up and follow us. Huh? Excuse me? I really cannot accept it. It's very male chauvinist pig. You know what is that not here? Can you write down if you do not know what is a male chauvinist pig? A chauvinist 就是那个大男人主义. Okay, if somebody call you Zachary, if somebody call you MCP or Kai Wen or Jia Xing or Hao Xuan or Han Ling, MCP, that means 你是大男人主义 egoistic. Male chauvinist pig. Okay, so it's not a nice word. That means when people call you this, that means you are seriously very that high standards, that looking down on women. And it's very true. Most of the time, the Japanese and the Koreans guys are like that, but now they change. Seriously. You know what happened? I tell you, this I think it's a true story. These Singaporeans brought his wife to Japan. Okay, then during the conference or something like that, they also got family gathering. So when halfway through, it's about time feeding the baby. I can't see you there. I see the two dogs. Yeah, feeding time, right? Then all the husband will pass the baby to the wife to feed. And then this Singaporean guy will took over the baby, okay, and feed the baby and let the wife to mingle with the other mommy. Of course, the other mommy is holding the baby, and his wife was doing other things. You know what happened, Mimian? All the Japanese guys look at him. Hello? Why are you doing this job? It's supposed to be your wife. So yeah, it's like, sorry. You know what he said? So yeah. You know, I say, sorry, in Singapore, it's the other way around. So guys, get ready to prepare to feed your children next time and change pamper and burp your baby, okay? Welcome to Singapore. This is not Japan. Right, Warren, Genshin desu. Where's Warren? Genshin desu. You went to Japan, you know what? Japan is a very MCP, Warren. We are talking about male chauvinist speed. Meaning 大男人主义. This is a 21st century. Please, you have to change your mindset. Okay, women also bring bread and butter on the table. Okay, seriously. All right, so thank you, Ziye, okay, for that. Next one, hunger and malnutrition and stunning. May I have none other than Zachary? After Zachary will be Mian Mian. The first 1,000 days.
Wait, let me full screen the thing first.
Okay, good.
Hunger, malnutrition, and stunting. You might think that poverty causes hunger, and you would be right. But hunger is also a cause and maintainer of poverty. If a person doesn't get enough food, they'll lack the strength and energy needed to work, or their immune system will weaken from malnutrition and leave them more susceptible to an illness that prevent them from getting to work. The first 1,000 days of a child's life, from womb to world, are key to ensuring their future health and likelihood of staying out of poverty. If a mother is malnourished during pregnancy, that can be passed on to her children, leading to wasting low weight for height or stunning low height for age.
Thank you.
Short stunting, low
Actually,
physical.
this paragraph is supposed to be read by Mian Mian, but you help her to read already. So, Zach, okay. Zach, tell me, what do you think about this paragraph that you read?
Okay, wait, let me cut on the thing first.
I think it's very true. Like, you realize sometimes you go to other countries, especially the European, you look at the 16 years old, or it's not like our dear Jiaxing like that, so big size. Eat, and then we're very big size and strong. Doesn't you see? Look at Jiaxing, doesn't look like 15 years old. He looked more like a very young adult. Eating, burn noise. Oh, it's good. After eating, we play Genshin. Okay. Yes. Oh, eat, nice. You still send Max to me. Thank you, Mian Mian. Thanks. This is English class. You send to the wrong group. Thanks. Okay. Yes, back to you, Zachary.
I think basically if like when you're poor you eat less and like you basically conserve everything, and then you get like hungry, but then like and it'll cause you to like not have enough energy to do whatever stuff that you want to do or whatever stuff that you need to do, and therefore it might make you like be more poor because of your standard of like working your stuff is like the standard is like not good enough or something, and then you just get like lower pay.
Bro, you know that day my mom was watching a documentary about Africa. So I told my mom, I don't know y'all believe or not. You know their food, the food that they eat is MUD. MUD, okay? But the MUD is edible one. I'm serious. The MUD made into become like roti prata. You know what's roti prata, right? 煎饼. If you go to the country, you ask them, may I have a McDonald's, please? Beef burger, chicken burger, fish burger. They'll give you the mud burger. I'm telling you, mud, made of mud. But I don't know how the hell they've been eating the mud for many years and they still can survive through. I can tell you, it's so horrible. I will never want to go to the country, seriously. Of course, their survival rate, the mortality rate is very high. Okay, so they cannot survive too long because the stomach, things like that. So how you're right, so when they're poor, they eat lesser, or they even don't have food to eat, or even they have to eat their dead human bodies. They have to cook their own human bodies and eat, or even the dead animals, or even animal that has been, wow, my goodness, has been still for very bad for many days or many years or many months they could eat. So yeah, so you see the stunning thing is that 发育不挣钱. Okay, that means they are growing process. They are supposed to look like your age, but they end up they look even older because of their vitamins. They're not lack of vitamins, lack of nutrition, lack of all the health items inside the bodies. So how? Even the mother already got not enough food to eat, and how to breastfeed the babies, right? Seriously, right? Have you seen the picture last time I showed you before? Have not? Did I show you? Hao Xuan. Oh, Vicky. So first 1,000 days of the child's life, you see, is very important. So 1,000 days, how old? 3 years old, right? Around 3 years old, correct? Around there, 3 years old. The first 3 years of a child's life is very important. So can you see, children, the first 5 years of your life is so important to you that your mom and dad has been sacrificing their life to take care of you day and night, middle of the night to wake up to feed you, to breastfeed you, to change your pamper when you're vomiting, your fever, your pee, your poo, or everything in the morning, night. They do that 24 hours by 7, 365 days for more than 1,000 days. Today, they ask you to study only. Today, they ask you to do homework. Today they just say 叫奶奶爷爷吃饭。Today they ask you 你吃饱了吗？ Today they ask you 宝贝你饿了吗？ But what do you do? In your heart say, Mom, Dad, just shut up. I'm thinking, oh mom, please don't be so nagging. Oh come on, mom. Hey guys, hey, remember no? The voice beside you, one day this voice gone, sayonara. That means you want them to say, Papa, 你吃饱了吗? No more. Then you will regret for the rest of your life. 800 million children in the world don't have this, Papa, 你吃饱了吗? Papa, 你冲凉了吗? Okay, think about it. So when sometimes your mommy and daddy nagging you, you should thank God they are beside you nagging at you. I wish your parents live up to 100 years old life. 祝他们福如东海，寿比南山，身体健康，万事如意。But then it's you guys, it's going to destroy your parents. You know why? Every time you say, I hate you, mommy, it's have all thoughts of evil. So since you don't like your parents, right? So you are inviting the devil and the evil to destroy them. How? By internally, invisibly slashing their hearts. 心痛哎，孩子们，当你跟你妈妈讲please get lost, this happened to me lor. When I was young, like don't know right. Now you see my parents are suffering. So guys, the only thing to pay back to your parents is the only way to study well. And when you study well, got more educations, bring them for holidays, buy them good food, buy them more health food. Then they will love you so much, not because they are this. They will love you so much, you know why? Thank God. 我培养了一个人才，一个很孝顺的孩子。That's more important. Look at these people here. They can't even have it. No, I'm seriously telling you, they are so poor. They can't even have this type of things to do anything. Okay, back to Mian Mian. Can you continue for the first 1,000 days? Thank you. Thank you. Are you Mian Mian there? Can you read to the class, please? No? You stay in the toilet? Are you in the toilet? Yes? You're in the toilet, man? But just now I saw in the room. Okay, never mind. May I have Zach done ready? Hanin, are you able to read?
Yeah, I should be able to read.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hunger, malnutrition, and stunting. You may think that poverty causes hunger, and you will be right. But hunger is also a cause and maintainer of poverty. If a person doesn't get enough food, they'll lack the strength and energy needed to work. Or their immune system will weaken from malnutrition and leave them more susceptible to illnesses that prevent them from getting to work. The first 1,000 days of a children's life, from womb to womb, are key to ensuring their future health and likelihood of staying out of poverty. If a mother is malnourished during pregnancy, it can be passed on to her children, leading to wasting, low weight for height, or stunting, low height for age. Child stunting, both physical and cognitive, can lead to a lifetime of impacts. Adults who aren't stunted as their children earn on average 22% less than those who aren't stunted. In Ethiopia, stunting contributes to GDP losses as high as 16%.
You won't want to go to this country. Seriously, you won't want to go to Ethiopia. Trust me. Okay, later I'll show you some picture, you know what I mean. Okay, this word cognitive is very, very important to all of you now. Seriously, please look at this word cognitive. It's very important. Xiaoling and Ke and Mian Mian and the rest of you are listening. If you know Hao Xuan, I know you're sleeping, that's why you turn on your camera. It's okay. You can turn on your camera and show me your face. So you're back in toilet already, yeah? Thank you. Okay, Ke and Xiaoling, this cognitive is actually working on your left brain and the right brain. It's a bit nonsense, Xiaoling. There's no such thing as right brain or left brain. It's a whole brain. But this word cognitive is telling you that they know how to identify a creative, a left brain that is creative and the right brain that is logical brain. So sometimes you might be thinking that which side of the brain is using? No, but we call it cognitive. That means the holistic, the whole entire brain. Okay, so why you tell me this one for what? Well, very important, children. The cognitive thinking, which I also been teaching and also doing research on this, not very high, but this cognitive is very important to your children next time when they are first 5 years of their life. Now you understand why? Your parents might give you 心算, 珠算, 什么算, all this. It's not because they want to make you to be That's one thing. Because they want to make you a lot of things. Number one, your kinesthetic skill. Number two, your motor skill. Number two, your thinking skill. Number four, your visualizing skill, your hearing skill. Now you understand? So they'll test you so that when you develop, when you are able to understand 2 times 2, 2 minus 1, he is a boy, she is a girl, that kind of things, male, female, apple, green color, blue color, whether you're colorblind. This cognitive is very important, but very sad. All these countries do not have all these things because they already 吃饭都有问题了，还讲这么多。Okay, let's go. Hanling, can you complete adult? Hanling. Oh, Hanling, are you there? Can you please continue to read before I play games?
All right, give me a second. Adults who are stunted as children earn on average 22% less than those who weren't stunted in Ethiopia. Stunting contributes to GDP losses as high as 16%.
Hey, I repeat, sorry. So it seems I'm repeating. Okay. So what does this paragraph tell you, Hanling? Awkward.
Like if a children gets like if a tree or like something gets its roots cut immediately at growth, it won't grow any further than it already does.
Oh, wow. That's a strong analysis. What else? Hello, baby. What else? No more? So this statistic tells us that if a country has this kind of figures, it's very alarming. So when you're looking at the comprehension passage, or even in the future, you're doing analyticals of economics or statistics. I hate statistics, please. You know that the figures never lie. It won't lie to you. You know, these figures is like what Jia Xing say, statistics is very important. It gives them preparations to prepare in future use, and also to reduce, if possible, from 22%, maybe lesser to 10%, or even, if possible, to near 0%. But it's not possible. Okay, but we, as a humans in this world, we want our children to grow nice and good. That's why today all of you are sitting here. You should thank your parents for giving you the best milk powder, the best nutrition, the best education, the best environment, and the best, most important things, whatever you have now. So, 乔玲，你听过那个孟母三迁吗？听过吗？有没有听过？谁没有听过？谁有听过孟母三迁？没有听过啊？国人有没有听过？孟母更新听过？国人 is going to kill me. Yeah, shut up. Don't everything 孟母更新。I just want to make you smile. 国人凯文有没有听过孟母三迁？凯文有没有听过？没有，孟母就是孔子。等一下，孔子孔子的徒弟叫孟子。Okay, Zachary. So one day Meng Zi, the mommy, first house, when they stay, okay, listen, the first house when they stay, their neighbors are doing all the funerals. So they start to cry. So they pay people to cry. So the son also learn, Meng Zi also learn how to cry. Then the mother say, cannot. This kind of environment, my son is going to not suitable for him. Okay, Zachary. Then he moved to the second house. Okay. The second house was an abattoir. That means 杀猪、杀羊、杀鸡、杀狗那些animal killing slaughtering house. So every day you see animal crying, things like that, with all the blood, all this. Then you know what? Meng Zi also take a knife to pretend how to cut animal. Wow, exactly. You say no, cannot. That's not the way for my son. Okay. So the third time, Zachary, the mother moved to another place. This time, the neighboring, everyone is studying. So Meng Zi was very curious, like, how come got everyone, 几头万明月, something like that. They were reading the 诗 okay? 几头万明月, 看到妹妹笑哈哈, 妹妹喜欢戴眼镜, 妹妹喜欢梳头发. Yeah, just you, okay, example. So what happened, Zachary? That is where孔子was teaching. And when孔子saw Meng Zi, so intelligent the way he answered, very simple. One of the things I can't remember. Okay, listen, Zachary. On the tree, ready? I ask you, I test you this either. Everyone can answer. See, you're smart now. On the tree got 10 birds. 10 birds. So one of one of the guys used an arrow to shoot the bird. So how many birds left, Zachary?
0.
How many birds did she
Zachary, how many?
How many birds did he shoot?
One. He shot one bird. So there were 10 birds on the branch. So shot one bird. It should be 9, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
9 ah?
Is it
Who
not?
agree with him 9? Xiaolin, what do you think? 9 or 0? Or 8 or 7?
Oh wait, on the branch left
Yes.
or still alive?
Should be all flew away already, right?
Yeah.
So the
No,
whole
I thought you meant like still alive. If it's like still
still
alive.
alive is 9 lah, correct, but flew away is 0. I mean, sorry, who is how many birds are on the branch? Okay, on the tree.
0.
Of course, all flew away. That's what Mei say 0, right? So the class, everyone answer 9, but Menzhi say, 全部飞掉了. Wow. So 孔子 look at him, 可教也，这个徒弟可收也. Get it? So this is where you see, mommy is the most important. When Yue Fei, at that time, the mother have to put the urn, the father has to sacrifice his life to make sure Yue Fei has a good place. You know, the mom has to seriously put out everything to teach Yue Fei how to write on the sand. You see, when Genghis Khan, you know which Genghis Khan, right? Aleng, you know which Genghis Khan, right? When he was so bad at the time, the mom also protect him. You realize all the historical people who are famous. The mom is the one who really, play a very big role. Yeah, I was wondering why now why they know women mommy play a very big role. Why are they being ostracized and discriminated and prejudiced women? Seriously, it doesn't make sense. So I hope you all know. You can ask your parents. Your parents are doing all this for you. Seriously. Sometimes if Uncle Raymond is no good, change the tutor. Make sure this tutor can give the best. Not try. Your parents never try to raise you up. They never try. If they try, they will cry and everything will dry. They will just say, okay, this Uncle Raymond no good, change to another tutor. They want to make sure to get the best of the best tutor, the best educator to give my child, who is going to be the leaders of the next generation and tomorrow. Back to you. Mian, are you able to read the next one? Because your oral is coming in July, and everyone can hear him, can hear her from far away because he never turned on the camera, the mic. Thank you. Silent night, holy night, the mic is not turned on, we can't hear her.
From where? Okay. Extreme poverty and poor health often go hand in hand. In countries where health systems are weak, easily preventable and treatable illnesses like malaria, I don't know how to read that word, and diarrhea and respiratory infections can be fatal, especially for young children. And when people must travel far distances to clinics or pay for medicine, it drains already vulnerable households of money and assets, and can tip a family from poverty into extreme poverty.
Really, you're already in a quicksand and the person going to push you down further to the quicksand. Okay, Mian, what does this paragraph reflect on you? Your feedback, please. What is your analysis? Let's say this is the paragraph that you need to say in your own words, your summary. What is it about? Yes? Don't know? Yes? No? Or don't know? I tell you here. Okay, Ken, you can type here. Okay, so since you are typing next paragraph, all the way from Japan, can we invite Miss Warren? Let's go.
For some women, pregnancy and childbirth can be a death sentence. In many of the countries where concern works, access to quality maternal health care is poor. Pregnant and lactating mothers face a multitude of barriers when seeking care, from not being allowed to go on a clinic without a male chaperone to receiving
I'm just cannot take it. Like must follow a meal, must follow her. Oh my goodness. Carry on.
To receiving poor or even abusive care from a doctor. This is especially true for adolescent growth aged 18 and under, leaving mothers to be and their children at increased risk for disease and death.
Death. Sad, you know, Saudi Arabia, I heard, or some of the Islamic country, or I may be wrong, I'm so sorry. I apologize first. I'm not sure is it true. I heard only. Can you imagine, Warren? Yeah, in a Muslim family. Can you imagine you and your mommy eat in the kitchen, and your daddy, Koko, and your husband and your son eat in the dining room? Warren, can you take it? Yeah, of course cannot. What is this? Then the guys cannot go to the kitchen. No. They will ask the girl to come and 跟她盛饭, go and top up the rice and then give it to them. You know, this is, I heard, I'm not sure. And then when they go out, Warren, they must have a meal to accompany them to go out to buy groceries. So guy die Warren. Imagine the whole family got no guy, so they have to call Grab guy to follow them to go out. So if the women were to go out and drive a car in the country, they will get fined and jail, no? Does it make sense? And then if the woman is got raped, the woman will get stoned to death. It doesn't make sense, right, Warren? Seriously, doesn't make sense, right? So look at this poor mommy. So Warren, today I went to Jurong Point. I was helping to set up bazaar sales. And one of the store is a Muslim store, Warren. This mommy brought her baby, 6-month-old baby girl, holding the baby, and you know what she was doing to carry all the heavy stuff to set up her store, to prepare her cosmetic store. I say, Ade, that means young sister, L is pretty. Okay, ladies, L is pretty. I don't know what you mean by that, Mimi. So I asked her to sit down and help her to carry the things. And all the bags is so heavy. I asked her, do you have anyone to help you? She said, yeah, I got one person coming out, and that lady took a while to come. So imagine Warren, if this lady with a baby of 6-month-old in other countries, she cannot work already. She have to stay at home. How? Then the baby and the mommy house, hunger. They need to survive. Then who's going to buy food for them, and who's going to give them money to survive, to eat a living? And what happened if I did not ask the husband where is she, Warren? Okay, maybe the husband also busy working. So maybe they got high expenses, especially staying in Singapore, right? The expenses is so high now, GST 8%, you know, things like that. Everything's so expensive. So maybe because now with a newborn baby, Warren, correct? So they want to come up 赚一点外快养家. And true enough, this morning also, this guy was driving a van, bringing my push cart from Wheelock Place, Iron Orchard to Jurong Point. Then I saw the WhatsApp, you know WhatsApp got the profile picture, right? I said, hey, this baby very cute. I said, yeah. Yesterday my daughter was 1 month old celebrating baby shower. That is my son 10 years old. So, whoa, yeah, this is my full-time job. Thank you, boss, for giving me this business. So you got future, any business, help me. Then later, Warren, he WhatsApp me and say, please, I know a lot of people look down on me with my body tattoo and doing this kind of job. You know what I say to him? You don't care what people say about you. 只要你不是偷，不是抢，不是骗人，血汗钱 ，who cares? True not, Warren? Right, true not? So please don't care what people say about you, how you read, how you perform. You don't give a damn. You only answer to your parents. And if you have a religion, guys, you answer to God and to your parents. That's all. You don't even need to answer to your brother, sister, whoever it is. They have to answer themselves. Even you have an elder brother and sister, yes, you respect them, but you answer yourself. Okay? Right, thank you so much. So what is your take for this? Your explanation. Yeah, Corin.
My take is, oh my god, wait, what the hell? Why did okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I think it shows like how in some countries, right, for some women, like even though pregnancy and childbirth are usually associated with like prosperity and the welcoming of a new life, it's quite ironic that it is now being compared to a death sentence.
Hey, you're talking about that. Sorry to interrupt you. You know, in China, if you are born 200 years ago, people will throw you out of the house. True, 重男轻女, right? And that was happened, right? Correct me, but I say 生女儿没有用啊，什么什么. Hey, please, oh my God, seriously. I got people say about me, seriously, 你已经有儿子了吗？你有女儿? It's like, oh my goodness, it's not that. Yeah, honestly, I have to admit, I used to 重男轻女. But I tell you, I love my daughter more than my two sons. Especially for girls here, I treat you like my nieces. Okay, the guys are like my nephew. Seriously, to be honest, what you say is true. It's very ironic, right? True, Guoren. But now you see, 现在每个人生女儿，哇，高兴啊，好啊。You realize, Guoren, seriously, most of the time in Singapore, very funny. The girls will go and visit their parents. But the guys will seldom visit their parents. It's usually say, oh, I go and visit my mother-in-law, my parents-in-law. So 你看生女儿好过生儿子现在。不是说生儿子不好不要误会。这个种是风俗。It's a kind of culture and this kind of pattern in area. So whatever it is, I really respect those, our great-grandmother, who really sacrificed their lives so much for these generations. And what can I say? The only way to pay them back, Warren, is like I just shared with them. You came in late. It's 8th of March. Is considered as an International Women's Day. To show respect to all of you. Hey guys, do we have International Men's Day? Don't have. Zachary, do we have? Can you all Google?
We have 19 November.
19 November, man? Are you sure?
Should be what? Or 9 November, whatever.
你在讲谁是国人？国人是我这个学生国人。
Yeah, 19 November, I'm correct.
Is it? Thanks. Okay. Also, we have. Okay. So back to you, Guoren.
Yeah, so I find it very ironic, and also like this irony also invokes a feeling of sadness in the people.
Say again. Last sentence. What do you say?
So like I also think that this irony also invokes a sense of sadness, and like in Chinese it's called 打抱不平。
什么打抱不平？世界上我们有什么多东西我们尽力而为了We do our best, right? So the only things is through your education, through have you heard of this before? The pen is mightier than the sword. 真的嘞。So the words itself, in order to impress, express, to reduce, depress, and stress. So it is very true. Carry on.
Yeah, and last thing I would like to mention is that I find it very sad, like girls age 18 and under are getting pregnant and like being forced to go to childbirth, because I think like under 18 should be a time for you to explore and not time for you to like just settle down in a home already. So yeah, this is also very sad.
But bro, see, sorry, you cannot blame them, Warren. Because some of them in other countries like India, they got this child marriage, right? They are forced to, because they come from poor villages, then they have to sell away their daughters, the dowry, some of them are forced into like Thailand, okay, Cambodia, Vietnam, all these poor countries are still developing. Excuse me, are still are still developing. And then some of them are forced to get married and get pregnant so young, seriously. But if you are saying in Singapore, who below 18, they get married and then pregnant, there are a few things. Some of them say 他们不自爱. Okay, they are very shameless, they are slut, they are bitch, they are hopeless. Yeah, I know, sorry, I heard all these things. We are not here to judge them whether they married young, they will have a poor relationship. Some of them will marry young, get divorced, or because yes, they are not only forced. Some of them, I got seen people. I got my student. I just showed to my Set 4 student Warren. One of my students, whole body tattoo. Now he's a father of, how old is he? 28. Whole body tattoo now. He used to be a so-called very naughty boy in my school, but today he's one of the businessmen doing very well. Married a Thai wife. The baby girl was so cute. It's so cute. Just celebrate 1 month's baby shower. So who are we to judge whether you married young or married older, or even you don't have children? It's their lifestyle, it's their choice. In fact, we should give them blessing than cursing. Instead, we need to give them praying than prying on their life. So nothing wrong. If they want to get 18 and below and become mother-to-be, there must be a few reasons. Some of them are being forced or being raped, or because they are child marriage, or because they from young 就是青梅竹马, they want to start family early and want to settle down. Honestly, if you ask me, Warren, I would prefer around 22, 23. I know this is the time when you're studying at your university and all these things. I would prefer the age of, okay, maybe 25 years old for your generation, 26 to 36, this period to have children. Because after that, you know, right, Warren, you when you hit 40 years old, 就是高龄产妇. Very, very tough for mommy. Okay, that's what happened to my wife when she gave birth to the third one. Okay, very tough. Okay, may you finish the last two paragraphs for us? Warren, thank you.
Currently, more than 2 billion people don't have access to clean water at home. This means that people, which is to say women and girls, collectively spend some 200 million hours every day walking long distances to fetch water. That's precious time that could be used working or getting an education to help secure a job later in life. Contaminated water can also lead to a host of waterborne diseases, ranging from the chronic to the life-threatening. Poor water infrastructure, such as sanitation and hygiene facilities, can compound this or create other barriers to escaping poverty, such as keeping girls out of school during menstruation.
Yeah, but sad, no? But you see, like this one, I didn't know. Okay, the first one is really horrible. How come the girls go and collect water? What is the guy doing? Then they say, guys working on the farming, working hard labors, so the girls do all the chores. I didn't know when I do this eco-friendly thing, sustainability, I didn't know that the menses pad in Indonesia can be washable and reusable. Seriously, would you want to wash your menses pad reusable? No, right, in Singapore, 你用完那个 menses pad 就丢掉了嘛. Will you go and wash it? You know, some of them will say, so bloody. Still have to wash the menses pad and then reuse it. But this is one way to keep the environment friendly, to prevent this those, you know, this menses pad are made of plastic or something like that, and which is not very good, right, to use for women's even the tampons. No, what I'm saying this is very open because I was so shocked that menses pad can reusable and washable using cloth, because I'm selling that during my this eco-friendly what do you call this bazaar sales. So I can't imagine that. I asked my boss, who is an Indonesian boss, founder of this company, and say, yeah, back in Indonesia, okay, they use this menses pad with this cloth made of course usable, because they are too poor to buy like what Singaporeans do, go to the 7-Eleven, just buy a menses pad, one box and use it, and it's more convenience. And you guess what, Warren? You know what my wife say? Yeah, because Singaporean women, we are all very busy and very stressful. Where I got time to waste water and wash it? You think of it, true, huh? Because in Indonesia, you can go to the river, you can go to anywhere and wash it. And don't forget, when they are washing it, their waters are not very clean. But no choice, they use it. So you see, there is another way of looking into different things in different angles, in different perspectives. 没有错，没有错。Okay, Ke-Ying, can you read to the class, please? Oh, why? Is it too small?
No.
Give me a minute. If I will do this, is it better? What do you see? Is it big enough?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. A child?
A child scavenges through a dump site near the smoldering Smoky Mountain Dam in Manila, Philippines. An annual Vatican report says that there are more than 200 million child laborers between 8 and 14 years of age throughout the world.
My goodness, 200 million of child laborers between 5岁到14岁, 14岁, sorry, 14 years old. And this Vatican, Ke-Ying, where are you? I can't see you. Oh, okay. So Ke-Ying, this Vatican is actually a Catholic newsletter. Because I'm a Catholic, so I took this from a Catholic newsletter. That was back in 10 years ago or 15 years ago, this newsletter. So imagine this child might be grown up to be an adult already. Ke-Ying, you put it there. Can I see? I really cannot see you because your name blocked you. Sorry. Yes, like that better. So I know. So Ke-Ying, what do you think about this picture when the first thing you look at this picture? Everyone, please look at this picture here. You know this is also got to do with globalizations when you are doing your SS with me on Sunday. Okay, I may want to show this picture to some of your classmates. So, Ke-Ying, how can you interpret and depict this picture?
Yeah, too poor to afford food and daily necessities.
Okay, thank you. How about Xiaoling?
The
You
girl
send
is
sine cosine tangent to me. You want me to do sine cosine tangent for you? Naughty girl. Okay, Xiaoling, 对不起.
the girl is trying to find stuff in a dump site.
Wait. You know, Uncle Raymond hate to use the word trying and try. But this time you use the word correctly, you know. Trying, no. Because of she trying, she might get herself hurt, 对吗? Agree not? Look at the way she wear the boots, all these things. You know, here got so many dusty and rusty, and might be some rat or rodents or no insect or what to kill her. Hey, my goodness, look at the shirt. 她可能晚上都睡觉用这个 shirt. Oh my goodness, seriously, you know how sting it is, no? Seriously. Huh? And then what else, Charlie?
She could be searching for things to sell or food, and she might be unsuccessful.
Can be successful, to be honest. Here sure got something to eat. Okay, very sad to say, sure got something to eat. But don't you agree, Xiaoling and Ke-Ying and the rest of you, Ziyue, turn on your camera, please. And Hao Shen, Han-Ling, you're all watching, looking at these pictures. Do you agree with me, Xiaoling, that they should, instead of carrying this bag, he should carry a bag going to school, 对吗? Correct not? Zach, agree not? Xiaoling, Ke-Ying, you agree not? Okay, your camera is stuck, then too bad. Oh, agree not, Ke-Ying? Oh, she's supposed to carry a school bag going to school. What about this one? Sorry, I know maybe you all just taken your whatever it is. Look at these kids. And honestly, they will not pass by the age of maybe another few years, sayonara. Look at this one. This is where just now we read, right? The Ethiopia, right? Han-Ling, remember Han-Ling? Hello, Han-Ling, are you there? Hello? Oh, you see, these are the children who are, you see, asking for food. I tell you, Mian Mian, if you give them an iPhone, they thought it's food, they might be chewing the iPhone. No, don't give me that kind of look. Seriously. 他们，我跟你讲绵绵, my boss asked the craftsman to do a mouse pad. The mouse pad become what, become a chopping board. They never see a mouse pad in their life, no. Seriously, it's just Indonesia alone. It doesn't look like a mouse pad to me. Okay, this one are very sad. Let me tell you.
Why are they so skinny?
Who? This one? Are you referring to this picture or this picture? This picture, right? Malnutrition, remember just now we read malnutrition, 不够营养, because their parents died already. Their parent was killed. You know, the whole village, all the adults is being slaughtered. Their heads are gone because of conflict. Okay, this one, you can see all the batteries here. Wow, my goodness. This is from a Catholic Vatican News. Okay, yeah, bones, seriously, yeah, bones. So this one are very poisonous, right? Battery. Look at their fingers. This one, okay, bomb. You see, the mother also so weak already. You look at the child. This one, both parents got 艾滋病, AIDS. Both parents, you look at here somewhere, you say here somewhere, here. Both parents already died already. But this child got AIDS, Taiwan. To be honest, after drinking this, The most another 1-2 months, sayonara already. Or maybe 1-2 years. Very sad. I want to ask all of you these very good questions. Jia Xing and all of you. May I know why this boy sleep under this car here, under the carriage? Why? Why? Can you tell me, somebody? Why got so many places must sleep here?
I think he doesn't want to be seen.
Okay, fair enough. But sad to say, no different. Nobody want to see him also. Right? He's a beggar. No, seriously. Anyone? Just see, what do you think? Sorry, Xiao Ling, yes?
To protect himself.
Very true. But sad to say, after the car move, the head gone. Okay, agree now. Okay, Jia Xing.
What?
Why do you think this boy is sleeping under the carriage of a car?
Warm what? Got the engine running.
Yes, you are right. You know, Ke Ying, and the rest, you know New York City, New York. When the car go into the car park, all the homeless and beggar will go to the car there, not to ask for money. You know what they do, Ke Ying? They will put their palms on the bonnets in front of the car. You know why not, Ke Ying? Because the car just parked the car, right? Those very got heat, right? Got warm, right? And during the winter, they got no heater, no. They have to put literally their hand to warm themselves at the car there. No? The bonnet. I'm telling you the truth, seriously. Okay. I even watched the movie showing that. You know how poor New York City, the most developed city in the whole entire world. Beggars have to go to the homeless have to go to the car in front of the bonnet there. The car in front to put their hand there to keep themselves warm. You won't believe it, right? Thank you, Jia Xing. Yes, they keep warm. Because India also got winter. 这个不用讲的嘛，你看 Do you think they are malnutrition? Jason, 天佑 and eating too bad you did not watch the video. I don't know. Maybe you can. May I know which country is this? Maybe Singapore, right? Where? Tell me where. Imagine this is your oral. Where?
I think China.
How how you know it's China just because they look Chinese?
Like they look like a China face.
Very racist.
You didn't see the Chinese words on the wall?
Yes! Well done. 好学习. Well done, Jia Xing. Yes. Maybe not happy already. Okay. Yes, very sad. I mean, not sad for you. Maybe I'm talking about this group of people here. You see, poverty, but they still want to
Study.
Yes. ABCD. Make a vote. Which is the worst picture? I think some of you have seen this picture before. Jia Ling and Ke Ying never seen this picture, Maybe
I think D. Oh my god.
Which one? B,
No, D.
Yes, D, Jia Ling, do you agree?
Yeah.
How about Ke Ying? Do you agree D is the worst?
Yeah.
Yes,
So what is the dot on the person's body?
It's either the maggots, it's maggots, 虫虫, or either they got disease. Very sad, Anyway, both parents were killed. I remember I took this picture, I can't remember. Both parents were killed in the conflict against war. So this A still got food, but the food not very nice, seems like. And then the hands so dirty, and then still got book. Okay, this boy is still under poverty, but got food, and this one not bad. This one got food to eat, but too bad. I don't know how much food they can eat like that. On the floor, my goodness. Then see, okay, got family together. But they are eating at the slum, no. 臭气熏天, it's so smelly, Oh my goodness, seriously. This one, 不用讲啊, you say God bless him, 他也是过不了多久的啦. Very sad, very sad. Seriously, very sad. So this is something like that to show you the pictures here. Look. So can sports get rid of poverty through this kind of situation? I don't know. This one. Okay. How Shen, are you able to read? How Shen, are you able to read? No? Xiao Ling?
Beyond the northern Inner Mongolia frontier, Spring has arrived, but the cold weather lingered on. Snow fell on this April morning. Flakes danced in the sky. A middle-aged man tended to his cot, on which sat a little boy, wrapped up with blankets used to keep the vegetables from freezing. From time to time, the father would tug at the blanket to make sure that his son was all right. These are the words from the photographer. Set in the dark and shadowy background are the dancing snowflakes. The pink, puffy face of the little boy stood out in great contrast to that of the father, which was apparently shaped by the caprices of life. And life was indeed harsh. Father and son only had each other for support. When the father yelled out a sales pitch on top of his voice, his facial expression was shockingly touching. One cannot help but be moved.
So I will just use it, 来买我的番茄. So this is good for your visual graphic text for English paper 2. Visual graphic text, the 5 question using Prata. What is the purpose of this picture? Is it reliable? Who is the target audience? What is the tagline for this photograph? What is the last a list of 8W to talk about this picture here? Some will ask, I'm sorry, where is the mommy? So there's a 4 possibility that the mommy is not there. Number 1, the mommy bye-bye, 死掉了. Number 2, the mommy ran away because 这个老公没有出息, useless husband. Go and find a rich husband. Possible. Number 3, the mommy very sick, got cancer, lying on the bed. So I had to buy medical fee. Number 4, better lah. The mommy at home, cooking, manning the house, chores. Okay, now, scenario 4 will be better. Scenario 1, 2, 3 is the worst. So scenario 4, at least the mommy at home cooking food, wait for them to come back. If there's whatever they have, they will just cook for the food and eat for it. Okay, so this is one example. So sometimes when you look at the picture, look beyond the pictures. Okay, look the what you call the front side, the middle side, and the high side of the picture. That means the front picture, the first layer, the middle layer, and the behind the layer, 3 layers. Okay, so the first layer you see like that. That's the father and the son. The middle layer is that what's next? What are they going to do? The behind the scene, how bad was they call the wait, give me a minute. The background, their families, what you call this? Their families situation. Sorry, this one. May I have Kaiwan? Can you read to the class, please? Kaiwan, your turn.
The father and his son live in an impoverished hilly area. They demand nothing but a piece of land they call their own. Perhaps they will not have a chance to see the outside world all their lives. They'll not know what a staircase is. They'll never ride in the taxi. Nor will they ever step into the movie theater. The truth is that these people are the people who offer everything in our lives depend on generation after generation. Heaven and earth have nothing to repay them. Love them, at least respect them in your heart. Otherwise, how can we possibly talk about ourselves as human beings?
Exactly. This one is because of the Sichuan 大地震, the Sichuan earthquake. There's also a fourth possibility of the wife, the mommy not there. One was killed in the earthquake. Second one ran away. Third one's very sick. The fourth one maybe at home mending. So you see, these are the people who wake up every morning, have to go to the river, wash your face, don't even know what is an iPhone, don't even know what is a Wi-Fi, don't even know how to survive. And this is what you call really poverty. Can we help them? Yes, definitely, in many ways.
Wait, so do they like drink the water from the ground?
Now, this is in a river. So river depends, I agree. If you study geography, some rivers are polluted, right? Because of the industrial waste, right? They flow through the river. So it depends on which river you are talking about. Seriously. I know when I was in army, we were forced to so-called used to drink the river water to taste a bit, to feel it. I tell you, seriously, you won't like it. Okay, seriously. It's really then you appreciate your mommy cooking. I will appreciate my mom and my grandma and my grandfather cooking when I was in the national service for army. Seriously. Very okay, this one 你看，那天我们可以读书了，我们高兴了，爷爷却哭了。你懂了吗？老人的眼泪，为什么他哭呢？ there's a few possibility, right? If you read these captions, let me share with you quickly. So the grandfather crying because both parents give up the children here and let the grandfather to take care. They ran away because they want to find a better opportunities. Because at that time in China, 2-child policy is very taxing and fine or something like that. Look at the 2 boys here. Very sad, huh? Parents might go overseas to work or really forget about them. The crying might be showing very bad. Later on, there's a few. This one here. So this is a you look at the things, the bicycle change came down. So there are 3 group of people disturbed him. No? One is the so-called secret society. The other one are people who the Gong An, maybe corrupted Gong An. Policemen will want to disturb him because he got no license. He sell illegal food. I'm not sure. Jiaxing, China also, can China street sell this kind of thing? Can somebody enlighten?
Can just run away from the police. Just run away from the police when they come.
So that means
The
illegal
boy's
cannot.
face like red.
Yeah, you see?
Like got the painting.
Not painting, maybe it's the Photoshop. Hey, I never realized the face red, no, seriously. Maybe he's crying or maybe he got punched by someone. Very sad. This one, these are appreciate. 风雨无阻，日晒雨淋。你的父母亲就是早出晚归。I can speak Chinese that well. Translate. Rain or shine, day or night, your mommy, daddy will go out to work late, early, and late come home. Where got such thing of late, early, Warren? Can you enlighten me my English, Warren? Hello? Are you still playing your Genshin? So what should I say? Go out early, come back late. Correct English or not? Mian, I know you're laughing. Jiaxing, you're laughing at me. I'm not sure you're laughing at me or laughing at me.
You know.
Sure, teach me maths. I love sine, cosine, and tangent, to be honest. I really love sine, cosine, tangent. Hey, Zach, how? Come, can you correct my English? Zach?
You should use the Google Translator.
No, I don't want that, please. I know you can. Zach, how to say early go out, late come back? Zachary?
Sorry, wait, what's the sentence? I can't.
My parents go out early to work and come back home late from work. It's wrong, right? Definitely it's wrong, right? So how you repeat this?
Wait, can you type it out? I forgot.
You tell me. I'm not going to type it out. Warren, Jiaxing, Qiaoling, how do I say it?
They go out to work from dusk till dawn.
I was thinking of that. I'm seriously. I was thinking from dawn, they go out to eat a living. From dusk, they come back in a tiring, aching body. Agree? Agree? I like the way you use the from dusk to dawn. Oh, from dawn to dusk. Wow, well done. Okay, 真的哈。Because Qiaoling, Jason, 天佑、可英、凯文、Zachary, Jiaxing, 子越、绵绵、Warren, 浩璇 and 翰林. One day you're going to be parents yourself. Unless you tell me, no, I'm not going to get married, fine. Even you don't get married, you still have to take care of your aging parents. Based on your O-level result or A-level result, you only can earn in Singapore 3,000 plus 4,000. A house in Singapore already going to cost more than $500,000. And then with the GST, with so many taxes, with so many expenses, please. I know that taking a degree may not important, you might say, but a degree is the best invisible weapon and tools for you. A degree may not land you a good job, even if you got a law degree. Some people might give up law because it's too stressful. I can see that some of my friends. Doctors also the same. Accountant also the same. Banking also the same. I got students who came back to me and say, wow, Uncle Raymond, Mr. Xiong, sir, boss, very stressful. That is the real world. The real world outside is very cruel. The real world outside is very real. The real world outside is they don't give a damn to you who you are, unless you are very famous like Elon Musk. Okay, so think about it. There are a lot of pictures. You can see a lot of very do you want your mommy to be like that? Hello, Mian Mian and Ziyuan, Hanling and Hao Xian.
I don't really care.
You don't really care? Care what? Sorry.
Wait, what was your question again?
I said, do you want your mommy to be like that? You say you don't really care. Oh my God, seriously.
Oh no.
Oh, you don't really care what other people think about the.
No. I said I don't want my mother to be like that.
Ah, so then work hard, lor. So this is a picture. I didn't ask the old lady to do this. Okay. This is a real pictures. You know, some of my students will look at this picture, they really cry, no? They seriously cry, no? Especially some of my NA students. I use this slide when I was in my secondary school, when I was a teacher, no? If you say so society is not fair, what about her? Look at these poor ladies here. Sorry to say, this may be your mom if one day you 真的不争气 leh. Okay, don't complain that sometimes your mom is or your dad is too harsh on you. They love you, but sometimes maybe we as Asian parents, we are not like the Western parents are so expressive, give you a hug and kisses. Maybe your parents kiss you, give you a hug and kisses. No?
Oh no.
No, right? But
No.
I do.
Ew, oh my God.
Very funny, right? You say, oh, mom, come on. You see, but you see the Americans or the Western, they like to, come on, give daddy a kiss, give me a hug. Do you know the hug and the kiss and the touch is really priceless? 无价之宝. It's so important because you know a lot of children I forgot to show you some of the pictures. Some of them don't even. Let me show you. You look at this picture. Look at this picture. The boy is the boy or the girl sleeping beside the father and the mother. You can read Syria, not Syria. Syria, Syria. Is it Syria? 对吗? Syria. You don't know Okay, it's Syria lah. Syria, the country just now we read. Okay, and look at this picture here. Yeah, I want to show you this another picture. Look at this one. If you say hug and kisses is very irritating to you, this little girl don't even have hug and kisses from the mommy. Oh, so every time when you feel stressed and all these the first 5 years of the life, your parents are even more stressed taking care of you, no? Okay, agree now, Xiaoling. You might be Joe, you might be a very naughty girl, right? First 5 years. 很难照顾, maybe I don't know. Most of us when we are young 很难照顾的, 对不对? Especially you are the first child, right? 对吗, Kering? Right? If you are the first child or not, right? You should, because first time mommy don't know how to become mommy. First time daddy all right? So I hope these pictures and kind of enlighten you. By right today there's a test, but because our dear some of them are not here, so I don't intend to give you the test. But 国人 which one do you choose that day? Because we are supposed to have not say competitions, but both sides have to weigh which 5 points to talk about the cause and effects of poverty. Can you still remember?
I remember I chose like the 7 easy ones.
This one here, right? Somewhere here, right? Do you write down? The girls.
I have the list.
Oh, you have the list. Okay, well done, well done. So Xiaoling, later can you send to Uncle Raymond? Okay? Then I'll put it inside here for this one here. Then you guys next week have to discuss. Okay, so I don't take up too much of your time now. Hold on, don't go first. Okay, so thank you so much. So next week we'll be having a test because some of your classmates are not here, and then they will be doing the group discussions as well for these 2 things. Okay, enjoy your 1 week holiday. Remember to complete your homework in school as well as my homework. All right, you have got your student performance appraisal a few days ago. So God bless you. Have a good March holiday. I will see you on next Friday. Bye bye, everyone.
Then next week got test on what?
Don't want, of course, grammar lah. Then you think I confuse sine, cosine, and tangent. Bye, everyone.
Grammar what?